What up guys, goes in here for Anime Uproar, and man, we got a truly insane chapter here on many levels. Some theories were proven right, and some stuff that I really didn't expect and I really didn't want to happen happened. But whether we successfully predict what will actually happen or not, I really love theorizing, and I know you guys do too. So, I'll make a post on our Instagram and Twitter at Anime Uproar asking you guys what you think will happen in the next chapter, chapter 106. This should be a lot of fun, and if you end up being right, I will shout you out in the next chapter review for being a great theorizer. As usual, I will not use a lot of panels because I want to avoid getting the video taken down if possible. And there's the added bonus that you guys get the video quicker too because there's less editing involved. As always, if you want to discuss the chapter or have any comments about it, let everyone know in the comments below. If you want to see more Attack on Titan content, give that like button a colossal smash and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an Attack on Titan video. Now let's take a closer look into the chapter and the unofficial translation that just came out. So, this chapter starts out with our three main characters. Armin helps Eren and Mikasa get on the airship. Remember last time, they were trying to get away with the newly acquired Warhammer Titan power. I gotta say that Eren looks very cool with his long hair, facial hair, and the Titan lines on his face. The time skip definitely made him look more dope. Ironically though, when Eren gets on the ship, Levi insults him, saying he looks terrible. Then we get a nostalgic kick from Levi. He kicks Eren in the face and tells him that he's under arrest. Looks like the relationship between Eren and Levi is still very much like it was before the time skip. Again, Mikasa has to be held back so that she doesn't attack Levi. But this time, she seems more worried than angry, and she lowers her eyes after, showing that Eren probably deserved it for, I believe, acting on his own the way he did without following instructions from the higher ups. Clearly, Mikasa has matured over the course of the time skip and isn't as worried about making Levi pay for hurting Eren this time. This is not to say that she doesn't care about Eren as much, just that she can see the bigger picture better than she could before and sees that Levi actually cares about Eren and is doing what he thinks is for his own good and for everybody's own good. We then see Eren's face, and he actually looks a lot like Kid Levi did when he was poor and orphaned in the underground slums after his mother's death. In fact, Levi comments that he's seen that despicable face in the slums many times before and says that Eren should be happy since things went as he thought they would. But Eren still seems down, perhaps because he now knows that his enemies are humans just like him, trying to survive and not embodiments of pure evil as he previously thought about Titans and then about Marleyans. As a result, the innocent lives that he has taken are probably weighing heavy on his conscience, despite how well his plans may be going. We then jump to Jeanne and his stylish hair. Jeanne says that there doesn't seem to be weapons on the ground that can take down the airship, which is lucky for the Survey Corps. It shows the power of the air technology in the world of Attack on Titan, and how important air technology will probably be in the rest of the series, unless they develop technology to effectively counteract it. Then Roboth, who seems to have been a higher ranking official in the garrison division, which maintain and protect the walls, asks Jeanne to simply call him a fresh recruit, possibly to the Survey Corps, since the garrison is useless and officials get paid too much there for doing nothing. This is definitely true, and it shows how far we've come. Before, when we didn't know about the truth behind the Titans, the garrison was more justifiable. But now that we know that the only Titans that can or would break down the walls are from Marley, it makes sense to direct all the forces at those direct threats. If they eliminate them, the wall will be more than enough to keep the non-shifter Titans, usually all less than 15 meters, outside. Then, Connie and Sasha help Jeanne back on the airship. We find out that the Survey Corps has 6 confirmed casualties, and Floch, and I'm probably missaying his name, says that compared to the damage the enemy took, it's a major victory to the Eldian Empire's first skirmish. So very interesting here, it seems like the people within the walls are now referring to themselves as the Eldian Empire. I look forward to seeing how the official translation translates this part, but it seems that the people in the wall are moving forward, now keeping their history in mind rather than being ignorant of it. While Floch and the other recruits are trying to at least act like they're in high spirits after the victory, Jeanne wonders how many more battles will have to be fought and how many more people they'll have to kill. As we know, Jeanne has always had more trouble than most with taking human life. Connie is glad that Jeanne and Sasha are alive, and he hugs Jeanne and Sasha, tells them that they are special to him. Then we get a shot of Sasha's face. She tenderly touches Connie's arm and smiles. Connie and Sasha's relationship has definitely developed, and at this point it seems like they really do like each other more than just friends. Then we jump to Falco and Gabi, and they're chasing the airship. As usual, Falco is trying to calm Gabi down, just as Mikasa used to try to calm Eren down when they were kids. But as we know, Eren stayed mad and wanted to kill the Titans when he was young, and Gabi is the same. Her hatred is just directed towards the Survey Corps. Gabi comments how her best friends, Udo and Zofia, died because of the Survey Corps. Now, a lot of people commented that they hate Gabi in the comments of other videos, and you may still hate her after this, but here we get Isayama giving us her side of the story. How she was treated terribly, she was spat on, and people did other horrendous things to her because she was Eldian. But she wanted to prove that Eldians could be nice people to the world. So she worked really hard hoping to help the people close to her, and because of the Survey Corps or the island-dwelling Eldians, she lost the lives of many people that were important to her, and she feels that everything she worked so hard for is now gone. She even points out how Zeke died in front of them, and Gabi, as a member of the younger generation, doesn't even know why any of this happened, why the island dwellers are so cruel to them. Falco tries to explain that the people on the island of Paradise were invaded by Marley and that countless people were killed. He tells Gabi that they are doing it for revenge, but Gabi says she didn't see Marley invade the island and neither did Falco. Then, instead of facing the complexity that there are good and bad guys on all sides, and that the Survey Corps attack on Marley was the result of Marley's attack on them, Gabi resorts to the stories that the Marleyan children have been brainwashed from an early age to believe. Instead of entertaining Falco's idea, she labels the island-dwelling Eldians as devils who threaten world peace, that always deserve to die and that are fundamentally different from the Marleyan Eldians. To me, this scene is one of the saddest. You have Gabi struggling to maintain her sense of justice, struggling to maintain her hatred, while evidence keeps stacking up that fundamentally challenges her worldview. Falco gets a flashback of Eren telling Reiner that they're the same, across the seas, within the walls, we're all the same. This is in stark contrast with how Gabi thinks now and how Eren thought as a kid. Again, we see just how much Eren has matured and how he has been able to move beyond his hatred and acknowledge that these people who attacked his people, killed his mother, and made his life a living hell are just as human as him. This is no small epiphany, and we should really acknowledge how hard that must have been for him to do, and that is exactly what Gabi is struggling with now. Gabi, ignoring Falco, runs closer to the airship. Robo, the older ex-Garrison official, sees her and aims at her, but he cannot bring himself to shoot because she is a child. Gabi shoots and headshots him, sending him falling to the ground. His dead body is still connected to the ship, and Gabi decides to use it to get on board and try to kill all of the devils from the island. She is okay with dying. Clearly these child soldiers have been trained to think highly of being martyrs. Colt shows up and is running towards his brother when Gabi uses the 3D maneuvering gear to start climbing up to board the ship, and Falco grabs on in the last minute. Gabi asks why, and Falco says the person who will inherit the armored titan is me. Again, the only reason he wants to do that is so he can protect her from it. So again, he shows us how all of his actions are centered around protecting Gabi and trying to save her from a dark future. Then something too messed up happens. And this is what I did not see coming and really did not want to happen. Gabi gets on board and shoots, killing Potato Girl. She kills Sasha. Jeanne and Connie are mortified as she's dying, and of course, Sasha thinks about supper and meat, reminding us of those more innocent days when they were in the training corps and Sasha got into trouble over stealing food. Then she appears to die. Man, like, I can't believe it. Some of you speculated that Jeanne might die, but Sasha... Oh, I really did not want her to die. This is messed up. She was legit one of my favorite characters, but clearly this manga likes reminding us that fan favorites aren't even safe. And I feel so bad for Connie in particular. I really wanted to see their relationship develop after that moment they had earlier in this chapter, and after that, it's all the more devastating that her life was cut short, and obviously Isayama is aware of that, but rest in peace, Sasha. Potato Girl, you will be missed. What an emotional chapter this one is. Then we jump down to the Marleyans. Magath is looking for Gabi and Falco. In the meantime, Peak is struggling to heal. She reveals that she remembered who the Marlin soldier was that led her and Galliard to the pit. It was a soldier sent on our reconnaissance unit sent to Paradise Island after Reiner's group, a reconnaissance unit that disappeared. This means that there may be many more Marleyan ex-soldiers working for the island-dwelling Eldians, since they clearly didn't simply kill them all. Next we jump back to the plane, and that ex-Marleyan soldier, Yelena, takes off her fake beard when Levi comments on it. We have Gabi freaking out as Jeanne is about to bring her to Levi and the rest. She says that the will left by War Chief Zeke will be carried on by our comrades. Then back down to Peak, who says that she took interest in Yelena because she was so devoted to Zeke. Back to a close-up of Zeke, surprise surprise, on the airship. Gabi is confused, thinks they captured Zeke. Hanji comes out of a door and asks if everything went according to plan. Zeke Yeager, and he says yes, in its essence. But there were too many miscalculations, like Gabi getting on the ship. Now yes, here we have something that I've been saying since the Marleyan arc started. Zeke is far too intelligent, arguably the most intelligent character according to the Attack on Titan handbook, tied with Hanji, to go along with the Marleyan plans that would clearly not benefit Eldians. I knew he was masterminding an awesome plan, and we called that he was not dead, and of course he wasn't. That, by the way, would have been like the most anticlimactic death in anime history if it was true, but thankfully it's not. Anyways, it is hilarious to see Zeke and Levi, two of the most awesome characters in the manga, and former enemies, joking around. Zeke even jokes that he'll piss himself if Levi stares at him like that, which is just hilarious, mostly because it's probably true. But Levi says he always leaves his favorite dish till last because he wants to savor it. So clearly there is still tension here, and they're not buddy-buddy all of a sudden, but the fact that they are on the same side for the time being is very cool. I mean, who could stop these two guys when they're working together? Hanji also says some insightful things near the end of the chapter, like that the world will mobilize full force against Paradise Island, that they always rescued Eren from the enemies in the past no matter how many died, and despite knowing that, he came up with this suicidal strategy using himself as bait. She says that they lost all trust for Eren after this stunt, but Zeke points out that they got the founding Titan and one with royal blood, meaning himself, together. The losses will be worth it since the plan, as Zeke admits, is the freedom of the Eldians. Side note, it's cool to see these brothers, both sons of Grisha Yeager, finally on the same side. I think they'll be able to do some really crazy things together. Then Connie comes in to let everyone know that Sasha is definitely dead, with tears streaming from his eyes. Jeanne points out that she died because of Eren, and Eren looks devastated, remembering a younger Sasha who wanted to retrieve lost lands so they'd have an abundance of cows and sheep. I like it that they left off with the memory of Sasha because that was a huge death, and it is easy to say that losses are inevitable in war, but it is different when the cost is the life of someone you've grown up with and have shared your goals and aspirations with. As Zeke says, in essence, everything went according to plan, but lives, including many innocent lives, were lost, and I think as Jeanne points out in the beginning, this is only the first battle. It is foreshadowing a lot more deaths to come before freedom can be reached. So wow, what a freaking chapter, guys. What do you think? What is the plan? How will they be fighting all of the forces of the world that will be coming for them on Paradise? What is Zeke's master plan? Does Zeke know how to use his royal blood with Eren's founding Titan ability to actually control other Titans, including maybe the Wall Titans? Do you think that Eren's suicidal plan was worth it? Remember to let me know what you think will happen in the next chapter on the Instagram or Twitter post at Anime Uproar, and you may be featured in the next review. If you like this review, Colossal smash that like button and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more Attack on Titan videos. Until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.